Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna do Harley Quinn. Yes, this is a freebie. You really don't think I would actually bought a Harley modern day Harley Quinn comic right from 2018? No, 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 no. If I buy a Harley Quinn comic, then it's gonna be from way back in the day when with Terry Dodson's art. Those kind of Harley Quinn comics I would have bought. This is number 52. And why I'm reviewing a Harley Quinn modern comic? Well, I was bored. Well, that's not entirely true. I mean, I have bags of comics here. But I thought to myself, you know what? I want to read modern comics and see if they still trash. Guess what? They are. Let's dive in. All right. So first, I must say the colors and art is nice. I give them that. So we are in the past in Andreolia Airfield, Long Island, New York, 1943. So it seems that we have Kim, who is the fiance of this guy, and this is the brother. This is Lance, and this is, I don't know, Michael, something like that. Not entirely sure. But something happens to the plane. The plane is crashing down. And Michael, yes, he is. He's dead. And so this guy's having a breakdown. And so he immediately suspects there's foul play. Not sure why, but hey. Then out of nowhere, the three witches are coming. And they say that his death was no accident. And then an injustice has been wrought. And you, my dear duckling, just hit the bingo for if you promise to pursue revenge for young Michael's death to even the scales. And he says, I promise I'll do anything. And then, so he gets powers, and he's been called Captain Triumph. So it seems through the years, Captain Triumph and his brother's ghost is now attached to him, sticking to him, fused to him. And then, of course, he gets the hots for his fiancée, Kim. So now he's banging her. Well, his brother's ghost is, I don't know, watching. Harley Quinn made a joke about that too. And the comedy in this book is horrible, but that actually made me chuckle. So he was part of some kind of a superhero group, I guess, back in the day. And then, who are these? Don't know, but it doesn't matter. Why? We're going to see. So when it comes to comedy, comedy is really hard in comics. And I'm not a big fan of modern day comedy because it's all jabbering, all, snarky humor, stupid humor. I mean, Hardy has been punched through the window of a diner and she has been talking, more talking, right? Because that's what you do. So it seems that Triumph here wants to, I don't know, punish her because he lost his brother and he is not there where he is anymore. And he wants to take it out on Holly because somehow, according to a story, I just looked it up, she has maybe something to do with it, maybe not, or she's a little bit responsible for that. Or not. So this guy is immediately tried to, I don't know, kill her or something. Well, she's still making jokes because that's that's what you do. I must give props to the art department. The art is nice expressions. And this actually drawn comics instead of using Photoshop BS. And so she says, he says. You took me from my darling Kim. You ripped the ghost of Michael away from me. And for all the pain of upheaval you caused me, you're going to take a fall down. Or clown or something. She says, I apologize. And then he's having a meltdown. And he says, I'm not a murderer. I need my brother. And he's screaming Michael and he jumps away. Fucking pussy. And then Harley is all beaten. And then she is being greeted by, what the hell is this? So it seems that this is the continuity cop called Johnny DC. Is that also a female name? I mean, so this is a plot device, I guess. So she's policing the continuity, and it's a very bad thing that a character from the 40s is running around in the 21st century, and Harley needs to do something about that. And also, she gives the speech that, oh, well, he's a stranger in our timeline, so maybe you should go to him. He must be very lonely, and blah 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 blah. And Harley says, okay, I will do that. Okay, sure, let's do that. Right on. Fuck you, Bendis. And so he's finally waiting hours for having a hot dog, and she's here. I just really don't like this costume, by the way. So this guy says, hey, if you are ruined this hot dog for me, you will be in trouble. And she says, no. I'm going to help you, for real, because he has a plan or something like that. Oh, well, tell me your plan, Harley. So I'm not sure if he's flying. Oh, he's jumping. Okay. But then we have some conversation about that. Harley was at some point robbing banks, shooting people, etc. And she's going to miss those days. And he thinks, whoa, is a robbery bad? Are you a criminal? And then she deflects that, of course, like, well, why you say it like that? You sound like such a square. And then she talks about the past. Except, I was so crazy. I mean, life must have been so easy back in the day. Back in the day. Men were men. Exactly. Men were men. You got that right. But I don't think the writer was thinking about that particular thing at the time he wrote this. So who's reading this? Let me check. Sam Humphries, artist is Sami Basri, and colors are Alex Sinclair. Okay. So, yeah. And she talks about that the bad guys were ugly, etc. And that he wants to go back to the past. Yeah, indeed, men were men. Nowadays, men are women. Men can turn into women like an instant. And if you say about that, you are a manophobe and whatever. Yeah, back in the day, probably times were simpler. Not easier, maybe simpler. So he says, it's complicated, the ultimate cop-out. But he basically says, my best friend is my brother's ghost who follows me everywhere. And his fiancée is now my fiancée. We already know that because we saw it in the fucking flashback, you know? Like here, we already know that, so why repeating it? But okay, for the context, Harley doesn't know that. And he says, oh, you need your own reality show? Yeah, humor. And she points out that, hey, we are here. I love this. This very calmly effect on me. Not sure why. Maybe because I like the colors, the clouds, the greenery. It's just, I don't know. It's nice looking, although it's pretty bleak. And she says, I knew when I read your secret origin, I have seen that airfield before. What do you mean, reading your secret origin? What, like what, in a comic? I mean, like I said, this is the only Harley Quinn book that I have from this time period. I believe I have one or two from back in the day. So I don't know what happened before in issue 51. Maybe she read a comic with his secret origin. And so her big plan was, hey, maybe you can come back here and, I don't know, have a mystical experience or something. What? That's your plan? So Michael says, or, well, not Michael, but what's his name? God. Lance. Lance says, this is just a graveyard to me. I was torn away before I could even avenge my brother's death. Michael died here and became Captain Triumph, and I became Captain Triumph. I made a promise. And then this whole conversation turns into something totally weird. So he says, so she apologizes or something. She said, don't romanticize the past, Harley. In my time, America was arguing with itself about fighting fascists, of all things. They were lynching all around the country, and the president put Americans in camps for our safety. It was a disaster. After all the fighting, that's all that's left. Right, so so they throw some politics in here. because I believe that the writer thinks that, oh, wait a minute, 2018? Yeah, remember those riots on the street? I'm not sure what it was in 2018, but something around that. That people, the uprising of, oh, we are against fascists. Basically, let's say there is a lot of riots on the streets, and those so-called fascists, police are the fascists themselves in the end. But at this time period, no. If you're a fascist, you must be that word from Germany in 1992 and 1942, stuff like that. It's still been thrown around. People still being called bigots, Nazis, and there I said it. So there goes my my videos. The algorithm is gonna screw that up because I said that word. And why throw it out there? What's the purpose of, yeah, America was bad back then. Yeah, okay. So is the rest of the world, There's always been bad things happening in the world. And I'm not saying that was, with all that lynching around, that's a good thing. But why talk about that here? What are you implying, writer? That there's still fascism? Yeah, probably. But, is the fascism now, is that the still fascism from back in the day? I guess not. But hey, let's not talk about that. So Harley says something. And she made the joke about, hey, when you did it, was your brother ghost there? Did he pull up a chair? Okay, I must say that made me chuckle. And then out of nowhere lands some voice. And then, hey, Michael is... This is a bad storyline, but Michael is here, and he says, "Hey, bro, I'm here." Well, that's not what he says, and then they all hug because ghosts can do that apparently. And he says, "I've been waiting for you to come back here to the place where the witch's magic bound us forever." I mean, that's not a bad thing. I mean, I also like the origin of this Captain Shazam triumph thingy, and then this is happening. So his fiancée, his friends, his family is here now because they teleported through time because of the witches. Oh, that's pretty convenient. And so the witches say, "Hey, you haven't paid your blood debt. So we give you a second chance to avenge your brother's death." What? What? So, wait a minute. Why is this important that he need to avenge his brother to these women? Are they then getting his soul? I mean, they don't look like the most, how do you say, trustworthy people when it comes to magical beings. And why give him a second chance? I mean, give him one chance. If he screws up, take a soul. I don't know. You have two ghosts then that you can play around with in hell or wherever you came from. I don't know. It's just all very coincidental and for a very convenient. How does he go back to his own time? Well, we open a portal because the magic witches are doing that. And yeah, and all well, or something like that. And that's the plot, guys. So there's no stakes, there's no villains, there's no danger or excitement, just crying about the past and about feelings and, oh yeah, America was fascist and it was lynching and stuff. And then, but I'm a happy person again because I go back to that, lynching country in my in my timeline. And then, yeah, fascism and blah, yeah. I'm going back there. But hey, don't worry about the past, Harley. It's the only way to move is forward or something like that. The only way out is to move forward. Yeah, right. And so she's crying, and then this whatever this is. So Harley comes back, and we see the best costume, but she says, "Nah, it's gonna be back in the closet." She's seeing her mom, and they are gonna have a cry again. And then we have some kind of a subplot about these kids here, because there was a video with Harley Quinn and that and the Triumph dude, and we see this woman here, because that's a woman, dialing some kind of a device, and they have cramps, and they need to go to the bathroom, and the villain here is Minor disaster. Okay, now who is this? She is, of course, the daughter of Major Disaster. Now, who's Major Disaster? Major Disaster is a villain that can control, well, disasters. He is also, his powers is also, he's strong, he's durable, he is, can manipulate the weather because, well, disasters. Has geokinesis as well, stuff like that. So he's actually a cool villain that he fought Aquaman and other members as well. He also members of the Justice League, I guess, but he also turned himself into a good guy once upon a time. And yeah, but she's calling herself Minor Disaster. So does that mean you are actually a minor, or is that just a word because you are in high school? So enlighten me a little bit, because when you are getting older, like 25 or 30 or 35 and higher, are you going to call yourself Major Disaster, just like your dad? But the difference is, in this context here, Major Disaster, like Major in Army Major, like Doctor Doom and then Doctor Octopus. And you are a minor, as in I'm a minor in school. So does that mean you're going to call yourself Major Disaster because then you are a major in school? Oh, God. Modern comics. Guys, that's it. I'm going to quit. Well, this comic is shit. There's nothing happening. It's boring. There's only one line that made me chuckle. And it's boring. It's just, hey, here's a guy. Let's have a fight. And we go home. Bye-bye. Never call back. See you later, guys. Bye.